have to be that close.
Well, hello, Facebook. Good morning, afternoon.
Hello, social media sites, Facebook,
Hello,
Instagram,
YouTube.
YouTube, all backgrounds. Here we have, Ash and Jim, Jim and Ash. Uh, Coffee Talk with Jim and
He's
Ash.
Ash and I'm Jim.
And so, anyway, we're here to talk about. Last week we came to you. I think we talked about just relationships in general, but today we're going to talk about more specifically like, the benefits of marriage. We're married. We encourage marriage, and I said this last week. More than ever, the enemy has attacked relationships. So let's go. Let's get
Before
started.
we get started, we need to do our
We're gonna have coffee
talk with Jim and Ash.
Okay.
And
sip. There we go. You're still working on that. Don't worry. We're gonna get it down. That's our. No, that was good. But we started talking.
Oh, I was waiting on you.
Yeah. So that. Well,
my
bad.
You
my bad.
Your
my
favorite
bad.
word.
So I skipped. Yeah, I skipped ahead. I jumped right into it.
Yeah,
First off,
he's excited about this topic, y'all.
Go ahead.
Oh well. Hi, everybody. We are going to talk about the benefits of marriage. First, I would like to say thank you for tuning in. If you would please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been trying to get some followers and some viewers, but I don't think people know about our YouTube channel. So we're just making videos. Anyway, you can also share this with any of your friends that come on Facebook Live. And the last announcement that I would like to make is next Sunday that Jamal and I will be teaching a Sunday school class online, and we'll share the link with everybody. I think it starts at 8:30. I don't quote me on that. Do you know what time it starts?
I think it is 8:30, 9 o'clock. It starts. Well, yeah, we will be doing a Sunday school class.
It's a Sunday school teaching class. Next Sunday, we'll post throughout the week so that you all can tune in to our live event, and hopefully you'll join us and share with other people. Okay, yeah, I think that's all the announcements. I don't know the name of my YouTube.
We have our director telling us what to say.
Oh, okay. My director said to tell you guys what my YouTube channel is called. And he said it's called Coffee Talk with Jim and the Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash. That's the name of it.
So you see, we have a production in the background. It's gonna get there.
He was getting frustrated too, y'all. Like he was getting seriously frustrated because I was not saying what he told me to say. You're gonna have to throw some cue cards up.
Yeah, we need some cue cards now. So okay.
Direct.
So that's our production team right there. My son right there. He's gonna make sure we're right. He's gonna get us better as time goes on. But anyway, last week we talked briefly about relationships, and today we're going to talk about the benefits of marriage. And one thing I said last week that is I feel that is very important right now. If you've been on social media anytime, I don't care whether you're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or in many of the other ones, you have seen this big battle of the sexes right now that is going on between women and women, especially in the Black community, African American or Black, whichever you prefer to be called. But there definitely has been like a lot of back and forth, like men not doing this, women not doing this. I don't want to get married because of that. And so what I would like to see personally, and of course we're going to talk about it, but I would like to see more married couples, combating that strife. Saying I encourage other people to do what we're doing who are married, to say, hey, we've been married for this long, and this, it's not, of course we know it's not all peaches and cream and perfect and everything like that.
It's not.
No, it's not. You're going to have issues and things like that, but we need to put more of the good stuff out there to encourage people to get married, and the reason why, because there's so many people out here that are, unfortunately, they are miserable. Hurt people try to hurt people. Basically, that's the saying what goes. And so since they're hurt, they want to project that negativity out there in the world. So we need to combat that, with more positive things. Like, hey, there's negative people out there. There's people that have been hurt. But although you've been hurt, you can be healed if you would like to be healed. You do the work, and you can get married. You can find someone. You can't, I don't care what issue you're in. You can do better for yourself. And so that's really that's one goal I have in my show, to have more podcasters or influencers, or what you may call of married people, just saying, hey, marriage is a great thing. God created marriage, and we want to, push that out there, no matter what. And of course, divorce rates, all that stuff. even if you're divorced, you know, you can still, there's still time for you to get married and all that stuff. So it's still a good thing. God made it for us to benefit and celebrate. And I really, you know, want to see more of, you know, couples coming together to combat this, like, you know, separation anxiety that we're having between men and women. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So let's get down to it though. What are the benefits? First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of the things I researched or just kind of looked up, some of the practical benefits of marriage, and I'm gonna have my wife kind of read some things that are spiritual in marriage. So let's go with the practical first. So a lot of people, like, you know, especially some of the groups I've been in, I heard, you know, I've been hearing this for a couple of years now. They say marriage is just a piece of paper, right? And, you know, marriage is a piece of paper. It doesn't really mean anything. You can rip a sheet of paper up, but without people knowing, like, what else do you know that we need, that we want, that's a piece of paper, babe?
Driver's license.
Yes, yeah, piece of paper is plastic. You know, you can rip it up, but it's important, right? Just because it's a paper doesn't make it any less important. What else can you think of?
Your social security card.
Yep, so a social security card is very important. You know, even though it's a piece of paper, it's very important. It's very beneficial. It's very beneficial to you living here in America or anywhere in the world.
Your insurance card for your car insurance.
Oh, definitely, insurance card. That's a piece of paper too. So when people try to say a marriage certificate,
and insurance is getting high, huh?
Yeah, insurance. Yeah, you want to say that?
It is very high.
Yeah. So, but these are things that are put on paper, like your mortgage, you know, your bank, money, paper money. Like, you know, do I have some paper money? That's paper. It's paper. And, you know, so the thing is that just because it's made out of paper doesn't make it less important. We still use these things to live our lives, and also too, these things that my wife and some of the things I mentioned that are on paper, they benefit us. You know, they benefit us. So a marriage license or a marriage certificate also benefits you to get married. So this is one thing that, you know, that you get, you know, that my wife can actually help you out on too, because she does this. First thing is tax breaks, right? You get tax benefits just for being married. And I said that before, you know, but I actually researched it. Yes, when you are married and you file together, you can qualify for higher tax deductions and credits. And then when you have children together, you file together, you even have bigger tax deductions and credits. That is you know, to get married, you can do that. Now, the thing about it is, I know if you're not married, you can still file for if you have children. But the thing is, if you're married,
because some people some of my clients, they're married, but they want to file single for whatever reason. And I try to tell them, if you file married, you'll get a better deduction, but they still want to file single. I don't know, maybe because one spouse may have a little trouble with their
child support.
Yep,
that's basically what most of the time we come across. Yeah, you told me it's like it's been child support most of the time, or
some bad credit history, something negative that's on the other spouse's report. So they decide, let's go ahead and file separate.
Yeah, so they don't want, and that's the thing too. They don't want to come together all the way, and in totality of their finances. And
when you married a back child support.
Support, bad credit.
When you marry, that's what you agree to. You gotta y'all work together and pay that stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it says for better or for worse, all right, we in it together. You in debt, okay? This hurts, but we're supposed to get this amount back. It hurts, but I know at the end of the day, if we go ahead and just do it, we can have it knocked out, and we don't have to worry about it.
Speaking about that, like, you know, again, because, you know. Well, I don't want to go out of order. Okay, so and we'll get to that when we talk about debt. So next thing I have Social Security benefits, and this is cool too. It is, we're not gonna say their names, but just last night we had a couple friend was telling us about their Social Security benefits, and they're married, and one person they start receiving Social Security right now, and they can use it as an income because one, they worked for a long time, but the thing is, because they're together, they're going to get the benefit. Both of them want to get the benefits that one person is getting. So the wife, as I recall, she's getting Social Security benefits early because, they're full-time entrepreneurs now. So that's a benefit of marriage. Another thing you can get as well with social government benefits is, like, say right here, it says Social Security benefits. You may receive your spouse's Social Security benefits if you are at least 62 years old or if you are caring for a child under the age of 16. So that is a benefit for marriage. And like, you get to take advantage of the government benefits that you have. Another thing you have with that is you get Medicare, disability benefits. Again, you can use, when I say that, you can use your spouse's stuff that's provided just because you're married. I would say if like I'm obtaining social security benefits, or even if I don't, like I'm not getting it right now, but say God forbid, if I should pass away, right? If I should pass away, and even if my wife doesn't remarry until the age of 62, she can get my social security benefits.
Why we have to say that death word?
I know, but I'm just saying these are some benefits to marriage. Okay. If you have a spouse, that passed away, you can still claim the social security benefits. You can claim the retirement. And that's not yours. You didn't earn that. It's something that your spouse earned, but you can take advantage of it and you can get that. And of course, if they're alive, you can get it too. But I'm just saying these are things that are beneficial for. I'm going through the practical things of why you would like to want to get married. Let's see, disability benefits. If you're in the army, military, you're married, you get VA benefits and public assistance. From your spouse. And you don't necessarily have to go through that. It's only one person gets it, but the other person can take advantage of it. Another thing, and we use this. I had a credit repair business for credit, right? You said credit, right? Mm-hmm. And so I had a credit repair business as well, right? And sometimes, one spouse's credit might be bad, the other one might be decent or good, whatever. Well, now that you're married to someone that has better credit than you, then you can get approved for more things together. I mean, we get credit together, like a house, for example. One person might say, I can't get it by myself. I can't get this house, but together, when you get a house jointly or anything.
So are you saying the banks will just look at one of the person's credits, or they combine the two and divide it by two?
They can combine it, or it's two ways it can happen. They can combine the credit scores and then your incomes together, and that causes their approval, or you could just go on one person's credit off the benefit, and you're benefiting from the other person's good credit.
Yeah, but then the house is not going to be in your name. It's going to be in the individual's name. If you're married, don't you want the house in both people's names?
No, the loan can be in. Again,
you want the loan in both people.
Yeah, you put the loan in both people's names.
So that means they're going to run both people's credit.
Yeah, again, yes, that is correct. But at the same time, though, one person, because they have good credit, can get it, and you can't put that in that one person's name on the mortgage. But the thing is, on the title, no matter what, it'll be both people's name too. They still be, obligated for that debt if something happens. Like say if that name is like they said, one person's credit, they can't get the loan by themselves. But so you use one spouse's good credit. What the bank could do, they'll put both people's name on the title of the house or the deed of the house, saying, okay, although we use the wife's credit, whatever, if we had to come after them, God, in a worst case scenario, they're both on the hook for paying that bill. So, but yeah, so that's the cool thing about it. So obtaining credit. And then another thing too, like say, because I was in credit repair, this tactic is called piggybacking, right? When you piggyback, like say the other person has good credit and they have a couple of credit cards, or even just one credit card, and the other person has no credit cards, whatever. You can put your spouse's name as an account holder on one of your credit cards. You don't have to do it. Just all you do is make them an account holder on one of your credit cards, and that will skyrocket their credit. They could be like from a 500, and then if you have like a 700, but you have like a credit card with a big limit, and you put your spouse's name on that credit card as an account holder, that will skyrocket their credit all the way to
you just gave a free tip for credit repair.
Yeah, I gave a free tip for credit repair. So if you are married and because you're married, so I'm assuming at this point you have established trust with your spouse, and then you have bad credit, that person has great credit. This, it's called piggybacking. Just become an account holder on one of your spouse's credit cards, and that's going to skyrocket your credit just from doing that. And that's free. Banks allow that all the time, and then both of y'all have good credit. Yeah, so that's a benefit of being married. And you can also do that with your kids, by the way. A little tip is, if you have children and they don't have credit, you want to give them, a better credit. Just put them on. If you have great credit, put your kids' names on your credit cards. They can just be account holders, and they'll have good credit just by default, just from your good name. They're not even doing it before they even actually have have credit for themselves.
I guess that's better than putting a bill in their name and
Yeah,
not paying
yeah,
it,
exactly.
and then making their credit bad.
Exactly. That's a bad thing too. So yeah. So I have heard of that of parents putting the credit in their kids' names, not paying the bill. So yeah, but this is a good way to do it though. You can put your kid's name on the credit card, and then or your spouse's name, and that'll help their credit just off of your good name. Oh, it's so easy. That's a little tip right there. So and then insurance save. I'm in insurance, and I actually seen this in person because I'm in the insurance industry. Okay, and so one time someone was getting an insurance quote with me for auto and home, and they didn't tell me they were married at first, so I just put their name, their information, and all that stuff, and it was like a decent quote. But tell me this: I didn't even put the spouse's name yet, and I didn't even notice this. I just put they were married, and then I ran a quote again, and they got a little bit of a discount. This for me changing from single to married. I was like, what? Really? That's a cool thing. So you get a discount just from being married. And then when I actually put the spouse's information in there, it was even cheaper than what it was, even more cheaper because they were married and I had the other person's information there. That's crazy to me. So insurance companies, on average, I looked online. If you're actually married, they give you on average like an average of 6.5% discount instead of you having insurance if you're just single. These are just practical things that are pieces of paper. That this piece of paper can benefit you just from being married. I'm not even talking about the spiritual because I know we have some people out there, but like, I can get all this stuff without being married. No, you really can't, But if you're married, you get all these benefits, practical. And then we're going to get to the spirituals because I know sometimes people don't care about the spiritual. I'm talking about practical stuff right now. Next, health insurance benefits. Now, we went through this before. You want to tell? Do you remember our story first of all? What we missed out on first.
Well,
you remember our story about we had our kids? I can help you out a little bit.
We had our kids.
We both were working, and you were pregnant,
and
because you were a nurse, you thought your benefits were better than mine.
Well, I worked at MD Anderson.
Yeah, it don't matter. Just tell the story.
Let me tell the story.
Yeah,
I worked at MD Anderson. They didn't have to pay anything for insurance, health insurance. It was free, and therefore, I had my children with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And when I got that bill, after I had Ivan, I had a $28,000 medical bill. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. I have insurance. Why do I have a $28,000 bill? I had I don't know how much was the anesthesia bill, but I had two bills. One was anesthesia and the other one was just the hospital bill. But I remember, I think our total was like $28,000, right?
Yeah, it was around that. It was high.
And that's with insurance. So I was like, wow, what happened if I didn't have insurance?
Yeah, so this is the thing, though. So she didn't tell the whole story. I knew she was
going to tell the whole story.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell the whole story.
All right,
dictionary.
Google.
Anyway, so we had a big bill. But this is where, like, say if both people are working, both spouses, like both married people are working. And she did work at MD Anderson. She thought because she didn't pay like a premium, it was free for her, that hers was automatically better than mine. At the time I was working at Comcast. But sometimes you have to read those fine print. Insurances don't always cover everything on your bill with the stuff that you're doing, right? So in this case, mine did. We didn't use it though. We had to pay out of pocket. Since she used her insurance first, I think we got to chop down a little bit, but if we would have used mine at the time, because I had mine cover all the stuff that Ashley had got done and had the baby, it would have been free. It would have been really free. And then still, what about baby number 2? What happened? I
don't know. Yeah, that's been a long time ago. That's been how many? That's been 9 years.
I'm just saying, still.
Baby number 2?
Yeah, baby number 2. What happened with our insurance? What happened?
I promise you, I don't know. You have to remind me and the world.
All right. Even still, I think you work. I don't know if you're still working at MD Anderson or Trinity was born.
With Trinity, I was working at MD Anderson. Yes.
Okay, and you still thought that your benefits were better than mine.
I wasn't paying anything. I was not paying a thing. I didn't have to pay anything a month. It was free
for you. And you didn't use so it was not once but twice we missed out on using my stuff. It got cut in half, but
guess what? While you was paying like $480 something a month, I wasn't paying anything per month.
Yeah, but you've been spending on the back end. That's all. I was paying on the front end like $400, but everything else would have been free. Versus when you had free and paying $28,000.
If we had the baby at home, then we wouldn't have a bill.
whatever.
That's another benefit.
But benefit is like, you know, if you both have insurances and you're married, and you can use the point of the matter is you can use each other's insurance to cover medical expenses. Like say if
what was explained to us is whatever mine don't cover, his can take the other half. So if mine cover 50%, then his insurance will take the other 50%. So if we had known that, you know, 11 years ago, we wouldn't have had that big bill that we ended up with. But you know what? I know how to negotiate. So we did not pay $28,000. Let me throw that out there. I did negotiate. It was like, look, we cannot pay this bill. What can we do? So I don't know what happened, but that debt was wiped out. The Lord is on our side.
Yeah, okay, it's all good. But yeah, so and another thing too, like another thing I would like more podcasters or influencers to do what we're doing is that let's tell people about the benefits of marriage, because a lot of this stuff people just don't know. So when they do get married or they have questions about marriage, they don't have people because again, a lot of people right now in America are not getting married. They are staying single
they're calling each other co-parenting. That's what a lot of people are doing now.
And so they don't understand like the benefits that they have. And so if more people would share their experiences online, because it's so many podcasts. I mean, it's so many where people have been hurt and they're anti-man. Well, they're not anti-man. Like they're not ashamed to date or have sex with the other, you know, but they still have a hate toward what they do. So we have to have more podcasts or more influencers of married folks saying like, hey, no, marriage is a good thing. These are the benefits for, and these are our experiences. And so we had to fight that, you know, that negativity that's being put out there that, you know, men and women can't get along. Women can get along. You just have to want to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So next thing, so I got health insurance. I have individual retirement accounts, contributions, IRA. Cool. Again, this is that's something that most people just don't know. You know, IRAs basically, right? So everybody can get an IRA. You can get one when you're single, right? But what people don't know is that when you are married and you file taxes jointly, that you can double the portions that you put on the IRA. Especially like if somebody like one of the spouses significantly makes less income than the other person, but you can put more money in IRA, which is tax-free money down the road, versus if you're just filing single. But if you're married and you file jointly, you can get this tax benefit. I mean, not that tax benefit. You can get this benefit of an IRA and make more money over time versus just being single or co-parenting, not being married and filing jointly. It's like these are just benefits you have that our government gives us that we have access to that a lot of people don't know. And a lot of the younger crowd is saying marriage is just a piece of paper. You don't need all that. You can do it. And no. You get benefits from the government and all these the insurance. Government, insurance, banks, financial institutions all give you benefits just for being married. I'm so serious, and people are missing out on it. And so what they're doing is they're putting themselves in poverty by not getting married. It's like you get so many discounts and free stuff or benefits that can help you out, that help you either save or make more money over time just for being married. And people are missing out because they don't want to be held down by one person or whatever. They want to be able, like if something goes wrong, they want to be able to just leave and jump out. But that's not what God intended for us to do. We want to be together, forever, and actually represent God in a good way. And the sad part is a lot of Christians or people that are followers of Christ are doing this. They're not getting married. They're the generation that's coming after us, because I think we're like millennials, we're millennials, and I think the generation Y, generation X are not getting married because their parents are not married. So we need to curb that and go back to marriage, because there's so many benefits, even on a practical level. That's why marriage benefits you. Would you like to lead now? I said a few things. I didn't even go over everything about the legal and financial aspect of it. Is if you want to look, you can easily Google it. But now I want to go over some of the spiritual things. So I just want you to read something.
Okay. One of the things that we have here is collaboration. Genesis 2:18 says that it is not good for man to be alone, and that God will give him a suitable companion. So that is one benefit of marriage. When you get married, you get a partner for life. Like I couldn't imagine. Well, God God will equip the individual for whatever the situation may be. But I think I'll be quite lonely without my partner. I'm I guess, an introvert, extrovert. I don't know what I am, but I like people, and I like to have company. When I don't have company, I get bored. So one thing I can say, I'll never have to worry about getting bored because I have my partner here. And even though I might annoy him, I talk his ear off, I still have someone to listen to, or at least talk to. I don't know if he's listening to me, but that is a benefit of marriage, to always have somebody to kind of talk to so you don't get bored and lonely. The next one I was telling Jamal, benefit of marriage is like, for me, he gets home late from work. So I have to be like I guess you can call the protector, in a sense, where I have to hold it down. Kids look up to me. It's lightning outside. It's thundering outside. You know, I'm the protector. But boy, when I hear that garage go up, I'm like, yes, I'm off duty. So it feels good to have a protector around. I think God says God created Adam and Eve, and he created Adam to guard Eve. And I feel like God placed Jamal in my life to guard not only myself, but the children as well. And it's just, I feel a sense of peace when he comes home, and I can breathe and feel like, whoo, okay, now I can, go do what I want to do. I don't have to be listening out for everything. And I remember when we first moved in our house, Jamal, it was new for Jamal. Like, he'd never been in a house. This was his first house. It was my first house, and we just moved in. And I think, did you walk around with a hammer or something? He kept hearing stuff, and I'm just chilling. Like, he's nervous. And I'm like, why is he nervous? But I feel like if I was by myself, I would probably be the same way, because I would be on eggshells. Like, okay, ain't nobody trying to break in the house because it's too quiet. But when he's home, I'm just chilling. I'm like, okay.
So when we first got married, we had a brand new house. It was newly built and everything. And just me, just being he
was paranoid. And I was like, what is he worried about?
Because the thing is, like, because we both had been in the houses. We both came out from 2-parent homes and had a house. We lived in the house, but this is my first house, so right. And so
your first baby, because we was new. We were
first
new parents
baby, new parents too. So house, baby, and everything. And then I got used to the baby, in a sense, what baby sounds make. But then, houses stretch, they make now, you notice that pop and everything. And so I was like, what's that? What's that noise?
He was jumpy, guys.
And so I maybe for the first month for sure.
Yes.
If I heard any sound that I wasn't familiar with, I would go investigate. Where's this sound coming from? What is it? And I have a stick. I had like a stick, or no.
I thought you had a hammer.
Was it a hammer? No, I think it was.
He had something. He had a weapon.
I had a weapon, but anyway, I was like, I just didn't know. I mean, that's just me. I wasn't comfortable, at first.
Oh, and I ain't trying to change the subject, but speaking of weapons, I think that would be a good topic.
Weapons?
Yeah.
With your spouse? Okay.
I don't like guns. And so.
Yeah, I'd be trying to get her to go shoot with me all the time. Mm-mm. Shoot, shoot the gun. So I even purchased her a taser, and she won't even take it with, that's like, babe.
I have the word. I have the Bible. I told him
it's a crazy world out here.
I told him the Bible is my weapon. He said, well, if somebody come and try to shoot you, I'm gonna hold that Bible up in the name of Jesus. Because I don't want to shoot a gun. That's not me. I don't want to have to use a taser on anybody. I'd rather run and pray and ask God to just cover me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so we could talk about that and see. Actually, I would like to have some guests for that. I think I'm gonna try to find somebody that actually owns a gun, a couple that likes to shoot guns. I actually like to talk about that more, like gun safety or shooting with your spouse, going on dates, security and all.
I like
stuff.
watching you shoot. I don't want to shoot.
Yeah, she don't shoot at all. I got my kids to shoot. Thank God this was that. They actually like to shoot, but especially my son, my daughter.
Trinity don't like to shoot.
Well, I say this. Although my daughter does not, she didn't like it that one time. She would do it again. I think I can get her. Because she shot and hit right dead center. She's a natural at it. And so, I had to get them to do it again. We had to go hunting sometime.
Okay. Well, the third reason for spiritual benefit of marriage is reproduction. So Genesis 1:28 says a married couple should multiply and be fruitful. God created marriage so that married couples could have and raise godly children. So just not raising children, but raising your children to be godly, raising them to love God, know who God is, have their own personal relationship with God is very important. I mean, it could be little things that you train your children to do. The last example I gave, I think, like I said, I have so many examples from me telling the kids they need to pray about it, from the kids getting accepted into the magnet program.
You didn't tell anybody about that.
Okay, so they did get it. So the kids that took a test, we were trying to get into this magnet program for next school year. And I told them, y'all, they took their test. We did everything we had to do.
Say it right though, STEM magnet program. I have to fit that on there because I'm proud of my children for getting accepted. Go ahead.
Lord.
STEM magnet program.
God will knows how to humble the proud, don't he?
Go ahead, keep going.
Well, I didn't accept this in the program, but it took a long time. We were done in December. We did the test. We had the teacher recommendation. We had their test score sent. And, we were told that we would probably hear back in January. So my kids kept asking. I said, y'all just going to have to pray. I don't know. And so I don't know what to tell you. We just got to pray and wait. January passed, February passed. But my daughter, which was so amazing, because I'm the one who was like, I don't know if they're getting in. I'm kind of nervous. She would just be telling people, oh, I'm going to Stafford next year. And I say, well, Trent, and I might say something like, Trent, next year, if you go to Arrow, this and that, I'm not going to that school. I'm going to Stafford. So I was like, okay, I'm done. You're going to Stafford. So it's like training them to have that faith at a young age is something else, because now she'll just be like, it was something simple. She couldn't find her brush the other day. And I was upset with her because I said, y'all need to start putting your stuff where I tell you to put it. You use something, put it back. Use something. They will not do that. So it was this brush that I really needed to comb her hair with, because her hair is thick and it's hard to comb through. And so it was time to do her hair. Where's that brush, Trinity? I don't know. What you mean you don't know? You just have the brush. I don't know. I said, you better go look for that brush. It was early in the morning, so I was mad. I was like, you better go look for that brush right now. I'm going downstairs. By the time I get back up here, you better find that brush. So she getting sad, looking all over. She couldn't find the brush. And I'm chewing her out. I had another comb. I said, you see this? I can't even get through your hair. You see this? Now, you go find that brush. And the next day, Trin, she had an 8-ball. She was walking around the house with an 8-ball. And she was asking the 8-ball, where's her brush? She was like, is it over here? And she shake it. Okay, I'm getting close. And I looked at that girl, and she was like, oh, no, it's not here. Then she'd shake it again. 8-ball, where's my brush? And that girl said, she lifted something else up. Oh, it's not here. I said, Trinity, you think that 8-ball gonna tell you where that brush is? So you better get to praying. That's the only person gonna help you find that brush. You don't have to pray to Jesus. So she was like, Lord Jesus, if you can help me find my brush. And so lo and behold, that evening, she came home and she was like, Mommy, I found my brush. I say, what I tell you about that 8-ball? The 8-ball wasn't gonna work for you. So it was just the little things like that. I say, where was it? She said, it was in plain sight. And I praying to Jesus at work, but the 8-ball wasn't gonna help you. So this now little bitty things, they see that prayers, if you have the faith and believe.
Yeah, and also too, just a practical sense. My wife just gave you the spiritual, but you have a 2-parent household, and you're married. On a practical sense, it's just a lot easier to deal with children versus just a one person dealing with children. And don't get me wrong, I know there's situations where people have gotten divorced, and they you have a parent here, a parent there, or you have situations where you weren't married, you have kids, and every time in those situations, it doesn't matter though, it's a lot harder. But when you have two people, whether you have one kid or 2 kids, multiple kids, but you have 2 parents that are on the same mindset, it's a lot easier to rear your children. Another thing too, on the practical sense, I'm not going to I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. But I do believe if you're trying to get your children into a program, whether it's a school program for magnet, whether it's a sports program or things like that. If you have 2 parents that are, involved, and that coach or those teachers or that program see that you have not 1 but 2 parents, they're more likely you know what? Let's just go ahead and make leeway from them because it's 2. He has 2 because that child's going to be, we know we're gonna have discipline.
The child's gonna be disciplined. We know we're gonna have the support of both parents.
Yes. And so that's just a practical sense, not even biblical. It's like, okay, cool. I want to if I'm a teacher or a principal or a coach, and I have a program, I want to deal with, you're going to deal with all types of parents, but it's a little bit easier when you deal with children that have 2 parents because that children is going to have to be supported. One parent's going to be working, another parent can probably come and bring them to practice, bring their equipment. It's going to be a lot easier to deal with them, So yeah.
Okay. Another benefit they say is execution. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says that the value of the partnership is that if one falls, the other is there to catch them. I think execution is a good word to use because as partners in business, being entrepreneurs, we both, feed off each other. I may have an idea and I may need a little, guidance, like, Jamal, what do you think about this? Then he can give me some of his feedback and be like, okay, that's not bad. Or same with him. He may need some advice and I give him some advice. So we feed off one another. And I think that is a benefit of marriage too, because entrepreneurship alone is hard. But if you have a partner, and a partner that you can trust and count on and know that y'all in it together, because you can go into business with somebody else, with a friend, but it's not the same as going in with your partner and working together as a couple, because friends, you might fall out, whatever. But when you married, y'all in it together, it's like, hey, we want to do this.
Success or not success or time period, whatever. The thing is, you're going to be together regardless, because one thing about if you just do it with a friend or a business partner, oh, it didn't work out, let's break up, you go your way, I'm going to go my way. But when you're married, you're going to sit together and hopefully you learn from it, and you don't hold it. It's a lot easier, I believe, to deal with it, just a regular partner. But I say a decent example, or is a good example and a bad example at the same time. Okay. Jeff Bezos, right? He's the founder and CEO, or was the founder of Amazon, right? So a lot of people don't know this, but him and his wife came together and they founded that company together. They worked together. They worked out of their car garage and made Amazon what it is today. Unfortunately, now they are divorced, but together, when they were together, they came from humble starts and they made Amazon. And a lot of people, every day, people use Amazon right now, at this very moment, they're using it right now. And that's a brainchild of two people. It wasn't just Jeff Bezos. His wife also helped him with that.
And I think it's fun working with your spouse, working with each other to do something you both love and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is it says reward is another benefit of marriage, biblically and spiritually, because you get to have sexual intercourse, which people are doing outside of marriage, before marriage. That's like what's going on now. But it should be, the marriage bed should be spotless. And it should be respected by all. That's in Hebrews 13:4. According to God, those who have sex before getting married will face judgment. God created marriage to allow us to have a sexual relationship while still adhering to his will. So, I mean, that's a benefit. You feel more at peace, I believe, if you wait until you're married.
Basically.
Yes. Like, you don't have to be like, oh man, I got to ask for forgiveness. Lord, please forgive me. Because I know when me and Jamal got married.
Oh boy, you gonna tell this story? Go ahead, tell it. You already started.
Well, I'll pass. I ain't gonna even go there.
Yeah, for real. I know everything, but it's like this: you have guilt-free sex, and so because the thing is, like, if you do it's like this: no matter what the sin is, right? If you are one that's following God, if you are a believer, a true believer, and you're really trying to follow God. If you do any sin, you should feel some type of conviction, like, oh man, I don't care if it's stealing, lying, sex, whatever. It should be some type of like, I did this, but I don't feel good about doing it. Mm-hmm. And so, but when you're married, when it comes to sex anyway, it's like, cool. At least I know for me, when I like for sex, it's like I don't have to like go to God like, oh man, I'm sorry, guys, I messed up again. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm happy. Like, I'm thanking God. Like, I did my head. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to bring this, bring my spouse, my wife to me, and I can have guilt-free sex. And then every time we do it,
do you pray before you have sex?
I don't pray. I say this: I'm thankful. I don't pray before sex, or I do talk to God in my head mentally. I say, thank you, Lord. For instead of feeling guilty, I do give him thanks. I'm like, thank you, Lord, because for just allowing me to have a wife, to bring this person who I love into my life, and then we can enjoy each other, and then by doing it, we honor you. It's such a relief. I mean, if you really like feel any type of conviction, mm-hmm. to me, that's like a great relief. Mm-hmm.
I remember when we were doing marriage ministry some years back, and I told people that I did have my devotion before the devotion, and they laughed like, for real, who does that? But I thought it was nice to do that. You want to say, Lord, please let me enjoy this, let my spouse enjoy it. But if y'all want to comment, how many of you all who are listening or who will be listening, make a comment, have your devotion before you have devotion with your spouse.
Oh, so they won't confuse and have a prayer.
Okay, so prayer. How many of you all pray before you have intercourse with your spouse? Any feedback? Anybody? Is it just me or is it?
How about this? If no one comments, just put it on your Facebook wall, like your wall, and just say how many people out there pray before married people only. Say that married people only. How many of y'all pray before sex? And see if you have any takers.
Put it on my wall.
Put it on your wall, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that just to see, because I don't think I'm the only one. I think more people do it. Andy probably does it too. He's just not saying nothing. That's all that is. Yep. So the next one is, it says marriage aids in the personality development process.
Oh, that's actually a good one.
A good wife is her husband's crown, but a shameful wife is like a decay in his bones. That's in Proverbs 2:4. Then who can find a great wife? She is far more valuable than pearls after all. Proverbs 31:10.
Okay. I actually agree with that, but I guess I'm gonna say a little differently than what they, as it says, marriage aids and personality development process. Okay, so before I got married, I didn't really know this about myself, and one day going through some marriage ministry and reading some marriage books is your spouse is supposed to be a mirror, basically. And sometimes, even a mirror is supposed to tell you exactly what you are, a reflection of what you're doing. And the thing is, you might not even see all the things that you're doing that that you don't think you're doing. But your spouse will tell you that not only are they a mirror, but they are a loudspeaker. Like, yeah, they say, hey, you were doing that. You're like, well, I wasn't doing that. Yes, you were doing that. Like, for one thing, I used to be unintentionally rude to people. My wife would get on me all the time about that. I would walk by people, and apparently I didn't say hello,
just look like you're mad at the world.
Look like I'm mad. Honestly, I did not. I had no clue I was being rude, and I hope, and to this day, for anybody that thought I was rude, I apologize. It wasn't me being rude. I just was unintentionally rude. And some other things that came out that.
And some other things I had to help him with is like how he communicates with people. Because sometimes the way he would say things would be like a little rough. And I'm like, Jamal, you need to watch what you say. Sometimes I have to rehearse with him with how you going to say this now. Because that was another thing. Oh, and your swear words that you use.
Oh, well, we're still working on that.
Still working on that one.
No, so people won't think, we said swear words. It's not curse. I'm not cursing.
Swear is a curse word. I swear.
No, it's not a curse word. No, it's not. But say swear is bad. So I have a bad habit of doing this. Like, say if something happens to me or anything, give me something random, right? And sometimes I'm like, I swear this always happens, or I swear this is this and this. The word actual swear, not that I swear like I'm cursing, like saying the real potty mouth. I just say, I swear this, blah 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 blah. I swear blah blah blah. And so she says, you shouldn't be saying that, especially you believe in God. You shouldn't be saying that. So these are the things that I actually like that one: marriage aids and personality development. But also too, I'm not the only one being corrected.
Well, he corrects me. He does correct me. Like, he tells me, you can't worry about pleasing people. You can't worry about give me some more. He always trying to tell me what I can't worry about doing.
Okay, so one, when it comes to your business, sometimes there's some people that you try, you might worry about. You'll worry about them or assess about them. And I was like,
when I try to help people and I feel like, I don't know, maybe I didn't do enough or something.
You go out your way and trying to help them, but at the end of that, they still don't, appreciate what you've done for them. And you let that stick with you, and it causes you to worry. I'm like, no, babe, as long as you have done everything, you have tried to help them out, and you helped them out, you explained the process of every step of the way, and they still get mad, that's not on you, it's on them.
And that's what I'm trying to get better at, is it's not worrying so much. And I say Jamal is that person that's like worry. He seems to come across as like he doesn't worry about anything. He says he does, but I don't see it. So that's one thing he's been helping me with, is like, don't worry. I know it's in the Bible where we're not supposed to worry, but sometimes it's hard. And so he has to constantly remind me, you just gotta let it be, whatever. You did your part, and now don't even worry about other people.
Yeah, don't let other people's stuff bother you, get in your life, because it'll mess you up. And that's it on anybody. You don't have to be married for that too. That's just free advice right there. Like if you especially going out your way to help other people or do something for somebody, and they don't reciprocate or they don't appreciate it, don't let that sit on your conscience, because the things that out there that sit on your conscience, that'll break you down over time. And it's like you might, think about say you have children or a coworker or somebody has nothing to do with it, because you're thinking about this other issue that somebody else caused you. You might jump off at the other person has nothing to do with it, and you're like, why did I do that? Because you're still holding somebody else's luggage. You carry somebody else's luggage that you shouldn't even be carrying. Especially when you did everything you could to help them. So Andy said something. Hold up. Sounds like he needs to care more. She needs to worry more. What happened?
I think he meant worry less.
Oh,
yeah, I think that's what he meant to say. No, he being for real. He just made a typo.
Okay, sounds like he needs to care. Okay, but yeah, I just say I think.
But it could be a female male thing too. It could be naturally women worry more than men. I don't know, because men are supposed to be like the macho type, can do everything, our hero type of things. I don't know why we worry like that. I'm trying to work on that issue myself. I think I've gotten better, right?
It's basically like this: be a warrior, not a warrior.
And that's what he tells me too.
Be a warrior, like WARRIOR, warrior, not a WORRY.
And I don't know. Well, I'm getting better. Would you say?
Yeah, you're definitely getting better with that. So don't carry other people's baggage on you and worry about them. And especially because the thing is, one thing about my wife, if she is working on you with anything, whether it be taxes or it doesn't matter, anything, she's trying to help you out, she's going to be putting her best foot forward. And not only that, she's going to explain to you explicitly like what she's doing and how she's going to do it and what she needs from you. And after that, if she does all that and you still get mad or about the process, then at that point she can just throw her hands up and be like, hey, I told you what I'm going to do. I did what I said I was going to do, and you still got mad even after I explained the process. Then that's on you. I can't.
And another thing he's working with me on is like, so for me, I always tell you guys, growing up, I saw my parents work until retirement. My mom passed away in 2020, but she worked all the way until she could not work anymore because of her illness. But that's all I knew was work until the time to retire. So becoming an entrepreneur now and working for myself, I sometimes feel a little guilty charging a certain amount of money. And I'm like, isn't that too much money to charge? And Jamal's like, no, you're charging based on your time. And I'm like, I know, but I want to, make sure that I'm not overcharged, and I want to be fair to people. So he's helping me to kind of say, all right, Ashley, look at it differently. You are working for yourself now. You have to pay your bills. You have to provide for the family. So you can't just do everything on emotions. And so I'm working on that. I don't want to cheat people. I don't want to overcharge people. So that's something that he's helping me with, to see as an entrepreneur, you have to set your prices so that you can take care of your family.
Because the thing is, like, say if you are working for somebody, right? And this is a great example. This is another, like, we've spent standing on this particular spiritual topic, marriage aids and personality development process. This is where you see your personalities can help each other out. You have two different personalities coming together to make one, to make something big happen, or, to unify together and make, something happen. My wife started working at MD Anderson, right? She came right out of the nursing school and started working at MD Anderson. And when she first started working there, I believe her pay was like $26 an hour or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so she was, but the thing is, so they were paying her what they thought she was worth, right? So during that time, like she's a nurse now. Nurses get paid way more than that, but because she started with them while she was in college and everything, and then she got a license degree, she had a license and she got a degree. They said, "Okay, cool, you got all that. Now we can get as much out of you as possible, but at this low rate." So they're paying you what they think you are worth. And after that, not until she left MD Anderson, which was another job, and she's like, "Wait a minute, she almost got paid double what she was getting paid." So now you have to take that same mindset to entrepreneurship and say, cool, my time is important. And sometimes what people don't understand is they think money is more valuable than time, but that's not the case, because like outside of just trying to get money, you're taking your time to try to get that money, help this person out. But there's other things you could be doing. Like you could be helping your family. You could be doing something for yourself. You could be doing a number of things that time, because we don't get time back. So the thing is, how much is your time worth? This is how much I believe my time is worth. You put that on when you're in the entrepreneurial space, and then the market to dictate if it's too much or not.
Mhm.
You know, so so that's again, that's marriage advice. And she's
And I
learning
think
that.
the other thing that I'm helping you with is kind of like self-discipline. Like I've been wanting you to exercise and do a little better with your eating habits. And I used to kind of try to say stuff to Jamal, but it didn't work. It was like it was gonna be on him at that point. I pray for him and just pray that God will keep him healthy. But I guess about a month now, you've been working out and eating better and losing weight. So I will say, we have to help each other out. And sometimes one may be stubborn and not gonna listen to you, and you can't say anything to him. They're gonna do what they want to do. If he wants to sit and go buy a thing of Twinkies and eat them with a big old thing of milk and dip them Twinkies in there, and all you can do is look
That's
and say,
not me, by the way. I don't eat Twinkies.
What's those things called that you buy? Those little Debbie's.
You have to get the name right.
Those little Debbie's with that strawberry swirl.
It's a strawberry shortcake.
Whatever it is, he will go to the store and buy those things. Oh, I don't even say, and take it. And y'all, he took those things. He got that big glass of milk. He take the whole thing, dip in there with 4 fingers like this.
I ain't telling
people
like this. Be like
and
this.
he be eating it like this. And I'm like looking at him like, Lord Jesus, help him. I'm telling the truth, but I'm proud of you because you have been working out. You have been cutting back on your eating. You haven't been drinking all that milk, and you've been losing weight. So that's a good thing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. More part of it.
Because it's not even about just the losing weight part. It's just your health. We want to be around to see our children have children, and we want to live together for a long time. I don't want one of us to be gone before our time, and we could have kind of prevented it.
Understood. Okay, next one.
All right. I know we run out of time. We've almost been on here for an hour. It says marriage makes you a more devout person.
I believe so. Agree with it.
Therefore, it is clear that God intended marriage to serve a number of wonderful purposes, such as sexual intimacy, procreation, security, and support. However, in the midst of that interaction, God is directing our attention back to himself. By illustrating how God interacts with us through marriage does point the lost world to God. How is that?
Marriage is I would say so.
And I'll say contrarily, marriage points husband and wife back to God. Your spouse will never be able to fulfill all of your needs, all of your desires, or all of your expectations.
Okay. So it makes you more devout. So it's the thing though, too. That's the catch-22. This is a website for spiritual that we pulled it from, but it's catch-22 because they have people that are married that are not God-fearing. So what about those people? Do they point to God? So that's the question I would ask the author of this particular passage. But if you are somebody that is searching for God, both parties, whatever, you will be more devout. I really believe that because I married somebody that was equally yoked to me, also had a God-fearing, who believed in God as well. That makes me challenges me to do better. I want to do right by my wife. I want to read my Bible, have my devotions in the morning. I want to do right by my children because I'm married. And then after that, if I'm ever stressed out, I do take it to God. And same thing with her. If I stress her out or if I don't meet all her expectations, she takes it to God. Whatever her concern is. And I think she would do that. I believe she does it more so if she was just single, because I'm just by myself. So I don't have to worry about, I'm good. I still pray and all that stuff. But now that you're married, you have another person that you're praying for you and
your spouse. Yes.
Yeah. So I can see the point of view that it does make you more devout. You're talking to God on you and your spouse's behalf. So yes, I really agree with that. It makes you more devout.
Mm-hmm. And you got to pray for your children too.
And pray for your children and family. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so cool. I like that.
Marriage gives us the capacity for prayer. I'm brought to my knees when it comes to marriage. Through those prayer times, God has taught me how to pray. By praying, I discover how to pray. Okay. He has a lot of stuff he said on that.
There's a lot of stuff. Here's a big whole thing. Okay. Again, I say, just you don't have to be married to do this, but it is a benefit. I'll say this because I have married, going back to what I said earlier, it has made us more devout. Like every morning, like before school, before work, at least during the work week, Monday to Friday, our family gets up and we pray every morning before we go.
Even if it's a short prayer, or sometime pastor over here, he get in one of his moods and he want to have a sermon. every now and again, I'm like, okay, pastor. But a lot of times he'll give us a regular prayer, and sometimes he'll give us a deacon prayer, and sometimes it'll be a pastor prayer. But we do pray together. We've been doing that since I can remember. When the kids left us, we would be, even when they were babies, we would be praying for them. And so it's a habit. It's something we do. We hold hands, pray, and then we all hug each other and we go about our day.
Mm-hmm. And so another thing too with that, I believe that does too, is it teaches your children that prayer is important. I hope they do it. I mean, of course, you don't have to prayer. You can be single and still pray before every day you get up and pray. But when you have like two or more that come together, especially if in the family, you and that pray, I think I honestly believe God is going to protect you and bless you, just wholeheartedly. And then another thing as well, that teaches your children how to pray too. Like they see you pray, see mommy pray. And then I make them pray sometimes too. I say, okay, daddy's gonna let you have it, son, Ivan. You go ahead and pray us out this morning. Or I say, Trinity, go ahead, you pray.
Sometimes they be acting shy. We like, why y'all?
Yeah, they're shy with us. So I don't know why they do that, but just had to get that shyness out of them. But yeah, it's an opportunity for everybody to pray. And then usually how I usually do it, I have mommy prays on Friday. Most of the time, mommy prays on Fridays. And daddy plays most of the time Monday through Thursday, and sometimes at random I just say, hey, daddy's kind of tired. Ivan, you take it this time, or Trinity, you take it this time. I want you to pray for the family, and that's how they learn how to pray. That's setting the foundation.
And I always send them out with blessings. I tell them, may the Lord bless you, may the Lord keep you, may the Lord shine his face upon you and be gracious to you, may the Lord lift up his countenance to you and give you peace. I say, go in peace, go in love, go in joy, be blessed, be loving, be kind, and share the gospel. I give them their blessings before they leave out.
Yep. So we had to get back to that, especially, right now, since I'm in the country of the United States of America. I'm speaking to anyone that's in, it's of course you can go around the world, but the United States of America needs to get back to that. This whole man versus woman thing, we really need to end. We need to show each other love. Nobody is perfect. Excuse me.
You got candy in your throat?
No, it's the coffee coming back. But anyway, so nobody is perfect. No man is perfect, no woman is perfect. The sexes are going to be, at odds, whatever, from time to time. But also, with all that being said, you're also going to have like a lot of love. You have to have a lot of love. You get love from each other. You get a lot of help from each other. That's what God put us together to do, man and woman. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I mean, that's what it is. So, you just stop the hate. Let's be more tolerant of one another. Let's work toward marriage. Marriage is not just a piece. Well, it is a piece of paper. I agree with you guys on that. So it's not just a piece of paper. It is a piece of paper that gives you a lot of benefits when you are married and you can take advantage of. So go ahead. You want to say something?
With that being said, we hope that everybody enjoyed our topic on the benefits of marriage. Or if there are any topics you all would like to discuss in the near future, put them in a chat, message me, message Jamal, and we can have that discussion. I think next week we may talk about.
Well, actually, no, we're going to be doing the Bible.
Oh yeah, next week we're doing a Bible study, and we'll go live. It's not going to be at 11. I forgot the title, but we'll put it up there. Look, it's not going to be at 11 o'clock. I want to say it starts at 8. It's early in the morning next Sunday. We'll be live, so we'll just kind of post throughout the week. But we would love to have more people join in on this Sunday school lesson we're going to be teaching.
Okay, so
I know it's talking about Lamentations. It's coming out of Lamentations.
The book of Lamentations. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. So so tune in with us at 8 o'clock in the morning.
8 or 8:30, somewhere in there.
Okay, 8 or 8:30. But we'll keep you posted. But we will be doing a Sunday school lesson. It's going to be with another group. That we used to do marriage ministry with back in the day. And so it's pretty cool. So please join us. We look forward to just like hearing from you, messages and everything, and many blessings upon you and your family. In Jesus' name, amen.
You got any more coffee left?
I drink all of it.
Well, check it out.
That's why it's coming up. Well, all right, everybody.
Have a good week. We'll see y'all next week, 8 in the morning, 8:30. If you can get up, join us. If not, we'll see you later.
All right, thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Love you, brother. By the way, anybody out there listening, Andy is the proud co-owner of A&E Beauty Supply out there in Pearland, Texas. So if any of you all need your beauty supply products, please go check them out. Great couple, great store. You will really enjoy yourself. The atmosphere inside A&E Beauty Supply. So we want to give him a shout out.
Him and his wife Eunice.
Yes, they are
a great couple coming together.
Working together. They're a perfect example of how coming together, working together and building like a dynasty for their children, leaving a legacy, because not only are they have a business together with a storefront. They have rental homes, Airbnb, and they're doing it together full time.
Full time. So that's awesome.
So we told them we're gonna get like them one day. One day we're gonna get like them. Right now,
congrats to them for that. So yeah. But all right, anyway, guys, have a great Sunday. Hope you get a lot done, and praise the Lord.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Looks like we better. That's true. What's happening with number live? Yeah.